All right, joining me now is the 2019-2018 two-time California Mr. Basketball. I love Mr. Basketballs. I'm so excited. He was first team All Pac-12. He was the star center of your USC Trojan. He is a presumptive top 10 pick in the 2020 NBA draft. His name is Onyeka Okongwu. Onyeka, I want to start here. You are a Southern California kid. You played at Chino Hills High School. You're born in LA. You went to USC, obviously. But you've also said that Bam Adebayo is kind of, I don't know how to phrase it, maybe not your basketball hero, but a guy you look up to, a guy that you're trying to model your game after, all that kind of stuff. Who are you cheering for? Were you a Lakers fan growing up? Who are you cheering for in the finals?
In the finals, I was cheering for the Lakers.
Okay.
But I've always grown up being a Clipper fan. But I had,
Oh, really? Wow.
so I had
Like, so were you like a real Clippers fan, or were you just like you kind of liked Lob City era, or were you like a legit, like how much were you hurting that the Clippers blew the 3-1 lead this year?
I've definitely started liking the Clippers during the Lob City era when they had DJ, Blake, and Chris Paul. But I was definitely hurt that I couldn't see the Lakers and Clipper matchup in the conference finals.
For people that are just tuning in and are just kind of learning your name and this draft process and seeing you, in these top 10 mock drafts, and they might be scratching their head. They're like, who's this kid? Where's he coming from? Give us, in your own words, a scouting report, why NBA teams seem to be so high on you.
I'm a defender.
Okay.
I'm playing defense. I guard everything. My defensive awareness and instincts are just crazy. And I'm a full-on athlete. I have a great athleticism, great vertical. I run the floor well. I play with a lot of energy and motor and pride on the court. You can see me on the court. I just love playing basketball. I play with so much enthusiasm and energy. That's why so many teams are so high on me.
That's one thing that stood out to me when I watched you. I watched a few of your games. I'm not going to pretend like I watched every single second of your year at USC, but I watched a few of your games. And it always stands out to me when young, big guys have a lot of energy like you do. You said you have a high motor in your because so often what I find in all my years of following college basketball is there seem to be a lot of young, big guys that are passive. And it almost feels like they got pushed into basketball because they're just tall or something.
Yeah.
Is that something that you, as a big guy with a motor, do you pick up on that? Like when you're playing other big guys, you're like, oh, this guy's a little passive. Like I'm going to go at him. I'm going to kill him. Or is that something you don't even really notice? You just focus on yourself.
No, sometimes when I'm playing a game, I can notice when a big guy is out there to be out there and doesn't really want to play. So I definitely go at them more, but I go at everybody. I just so I am. I don't take anyone lightly. I go at everyone just as hard.
How often do you talk to teams, actually? Is this, for comparison's sake, like when you're being recruited coming out of high school, would you say you were talking to coaches more often then than you're talking to NBA teams now? Like, I'm just curious the process of like, do you work out in the morning and then talk to NBA teams at night, or do you just like kind of check in once a week? Like, how often are teams calling?
Teams don't actually call me. They call my agent, asking them.
Oh,
But
nice.
in high school, the recruiting process is a little different because only USC was recruiting me the hardest. I had UCLA too, but it was usually just USC calling me a lot and talking to me.
Are you am I supposed to believe that those were like basically the only two schools that recruited you?
No, I had offers from everywhere, but they were just two schools recruiting me from the hardest.
Was that because, like, did you make it known early on that you were like an LA guy and you just wanted to stick in Southern California?
For sure. I mean, they've heard from people around me that I love USC. I love just being home in Los Angeles, so it made it kind of easy for me to go up to USC.
You played at Chino Hills with the Ball family. You played with all three of the Ball brothers. Of course, LaMelo is in the same draft class as you, and some people are saying he might be number one pick. I guess we could talk about him later. But the rumor is, and I may or may not be making up this rumor right this second, that you went to USC because they were a UCLA family, and you're like, for the love of God, get me out of these people's shadow. Like, I want to do my own thing.
Nah, no, I love.
That's not it. Okay.
I love the Ball family, man. I've known them since I was 9 years old. I'm close to all of them, Lonzo, LaMelo.
Yeah.
I know they're just great boys and guys to be around.
Do you think in a weird way, like playing with them in high school and their dad obviously became just larger than life figure and like it just became like a big thing to the point that I would say you were overshadowed on that high school team. You're obviously the best, but like you won California Mr. Basketball 2 years in a row. But if you asked, like, if you did a poll of people in America, like name basketball players from Chino Hills High School, they would probably name all three of the Ball brothers first, just because of like, let's be honest, their dad, because of their dad. So, but do you think like all the attention and just kind of everything that went along with being a teammate of the Ball brothers, do you think that like has weirdly like prepared you for this next phase of your career where like now a spotlight's on you? Because I feel like it kind of had to a little bit that you're just thrust into this thing, right?
I mean, I guess you could say that, but I've always, in my mind, I've always like told myself like my dream is to be in the NBA, and with
Yeah.
all that comes attention. So I kind of already prepared myself, for all the attention and all the hype that's coming along with this whole draft process.
So how do you like you said you're prepared for the attention and all that kind of stuff, but how do you stay humble? You are a 19-year-old kid. You are I wouldn't say I don't know how to phrase it without offending you, but you're still like raw. You have room for improvement. That's the scary part. I think that's why people are excited about you. So how do you balance that? How are you like you have the confidence of I can hang with anybody and I'm as good as anyone, but at the same time, like maybe I don't want to pretend like I'm a finished product because like I could get so much better here.
No, for sure. I just have humble beginnings. I'm from,
Yeah.
I went to school in Chino. I've always been humbled. I didn't want to go to any, big time school. I just wanted to like stay close to home. That's how I'm built. So I'm made.
Yeah.
It's a humble kid. Went to my hometown college. Like I just don't like the attention that I'm getting all the time because I just like being like an introvert. I like being humble and just chill.
Yeah. Give me your honest opinion. When LaMelo Ball, I was introduced to LaMelo Ball as the like 14-year-old kid that would bring the ball up, would cross half court, and would just brick shot after shot. And that video, the video I'm talking about, like that became viral of like, this is Lonzo's little brother that's just like jacking up shots. Be honest with me. When you were teammates with him back then, did you think that there would ever be a day where LaMelo Ball would be into the discussion of possibly maybe being the number one pick in this draft this year?
Of course.
Really?
Honestly, man. Because me and him, we were in high school. We were like best friends with each other. So we would always talk. And we would always tell each other, like jokingly, obviously, like just saying, like, I'm going to see you in the league when we're older, like after practice playing one-on-ones. Like, I'm going to see you in the league. But I know he worked hard. Like, the whole family works hard. They deserve everything that they're getting.
Are you close with anyone else in this draft class? I'm always fascinated by that, by guys that like played AU together or like friends,
I know a couple players. I know Zeke Nanja, I know Tyrell Terry, Nico Mannion, Cole Anthony. I know Cole a little bit. That's about it, man. This is a kind of different draft class. You have players from everywhere. Not a lot of players from just the blue blood schools.
Right. Right.
I know Tyrese Halliburton too.
Yeah. All right. Shout out Tyrese. So when people say that this is considered a weak draft, I certainly wouldn't say this, Onyeka. I wouldn't dare say it, but people are saying it. Do you care about that at all? Does that like matter to you, or are you just like, let people talk, whatever?
Nah, people are always going to talk. People used to say the 2013 draft class will be too, but there's a Giannis in that draft class. So Giannis was in that draft class. So,
that's true.
You just never know who's going to blow up.
That's a great point. So to recap, let's sum this all up. If I was to say to you to fill in this blank, Onyeka Okongwu is the best blank in the 2020 NBA draft. What are you throwing in that blank?
Player. Best player in the NBA.
Damn, I love it. Yes.
I'm not gonna sell myself short. I just feel like I'm as good as anyone else in this draft class.
I love it. I'm buying all the stock. Final question: how bold are you? I don't want you to spoil it. Don't give anything away. But just give me on a scale of like 1 to 10. How bold are we thinking fashion-wise with the draft suit? The look on draft night. How bold are we going? Are we conservative? Just like a tie and suit? Are we crazy?
I'm a little conservative, man. I don't like too crazy. I don't want to do too much, but it's gonna be nice.
Was it D'Angelo Russell? I think that wore shorts. He had like
Trae Young. I think it was Trae Young.
Oh, it's Trae Young. That's right. Yeah. Trae Young wore shorts. I don't know why I thought it was I think D'Angelo did something crazy. Yeah. How are you gonna consult anyone in the terms of like are you gonna Google search? You're gonna go look up like what did guys wear to the draft? Like some ideas, or you got it locked in. You said you're pretty conservative, huh?
No, I'm conservative, man. I'm chill, man. It's gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a good night.
All right, I like it. Onyeka, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it, man. Good luck to you in your future. Hope you get drafted very high. That would be nice. I hope you get drafted before LaMelo. Let's be honest. That's what we really want, right?
Man, I just want to get drafted anywhere, man, whether it be before him, after him. I just want to get drafted somewhere and play.
I love it. Well, good luck to you, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, man.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.